Let me tell you, getting sober was the hardest damn thing I've ever done. But here's a few things that would have made it a hell of a lot easier. This is Rad Foster Dad, and I've been sober for 8 years now. Trust me, I've been to rock bottom, like gun in my mouth, no hope in sight, rock bottom. Here's the 5 things that I wish I knew before getting sober. Sobriety isn't linear. All your relationships will change. It's okay to need and ask for help. Sobriety is way more than just quitting. And then you're going to eventually love the new you that is discovered. If any of this resonates, or if any of this thing, if you think that any of this is going to hit home, please stay, keep on watching. I got to knock out these dishes before the kids wake up.
All right, now that I got the dishes done, I'm up here chilling with my little buddy Ducky up here in the playroom. Let's talk about section number 1, which is sobriety isn't linear. When I was first getting sober, I had lots of ups and downs, like mostly downs with, gun in my mouth, rock bottom downs. It took that for me, bye-bye, buddy. It took that, you close the gate, good job. It took that for me to realize that, I needed more than just my own help or pretending to help myself. Hell, pretending to work the AA program, right? That's what I did. I actually had to be admitted to a rehab to get away from those people, places, and things in order to break that cycle, and get away from those people, places, and things, mostly myself though. Now, the first 6 months before rehab, I couldn't string together more than 24 hours, maybe 10 hours, but definitely not 24. Once I ended up landing in detox because my body was starting to fail, I was able to string together a few days after that, but it took a lot of those stringing together, a few days here, a few days there, a few days here, a few days there, for me to land in rehab. Up until that time, and even beyond that time, I felt like a failure. I wish someone had told me early on that it was okay to fail and fall as long as I kept on getting up, showing up, shutting up, and doing the work. No matter how off balance I was, showing up was the most important thing. It still is the most important thing. Because every time I get up and every time I got up, I was able to stretch that dried out time a bit longer. It's okay to relapse. It's part of most people's journeys. Hell, it's definitely part of mine. Just keep strong knowing you're not alone in that, and it doesn't make you a failure. Knowing that you can fall, get up, show up, keep on going, that makes you strong. If any of this resonates, stick around for section number 2. I gotta go change a baby's diaper. I'll be right back. All right, now let's talk about section number 2. Just like that diaper I just changed, your relationships are gonna change. This one hit home, and it is really for another full video in itself. Just know that all, and I mean all, my relationships changed. From myself to myself, from my wife to my parents, to my friends, to my social circles. Hell, even my relationship with work changed. I like to make fun of myself. Again, that in itself is another video topic for sobriety becoming your best friend. Because most people lose their job when they, with their job and their wife, when they're knee deep in a bender or because they're drinking. Shoot, I ditched mine after I got sober and I had clear eyes, realizing the shitstorm I was in because the dynamic my ex-wife and my ex-career brought to the table. I loved it when drinking, but it was actual hell when I got sober. And honestly, that's the most relationships from your drinking and drugging past. Thirdly, let's talk about it's okay asking for help. If you're here watching this video and searching for others to get inspired, that's a nowadays version of asking for help, right? Yeah, to an extent, but you have to get connected with others who are out there doing the same thing, been there, done that kind of deal, and have been in your same boat. If you are trying to do this alone, just keep moving along. You're wasting your time, you're wasting my time, you're wasting everybody else's time. I hate being rough like that, but it's the freaking truth. So quit being a chicken shit and get into an AA room or an addiction recovery group, or like me, dive into a rehab. You gotta surround yourself with others that are sick like you. You're not alone and shouldn't have to traverse this horrific landscape solo. It's quite all right to say, I need help. Dude, yell it from the mountaintops. Not only will people answer, but again, it'll help you realize which relationships you definitely need to change and kick out. Now, moving on to number 4, sobriety is about more than quitting. Sobriety is all about you and not quitting alcohol and drugs. It's about creating and accepting the new you. The you that has other social circles, hobbies, and habits. I used triathlons to help get me sober and stay sober. Try for Recovery was a program that I did and still have. And it wasn't just a fad. It was a lifestyle for me and myself. Okay? Now, the other part of quitting is accepting what you're running from, why you're self-medicating, why you're being a coward and hiding, and knowing who is this new person. In my case, it was a mid-30s fat guy who was just diagnosed as being bipolar depressive with chronic anxiety. Well, no shit, that's why I was drinking so much. Now, let's not, that's a lot to accept, but getting sober wasn't me just quitting drinking and drugging. It was me becoming a clear thinking, good addition to the community. Sorry, I had to bounce right quick because a kid was bouncing down the stairs. On to section 5, which is you'll discover a new version of yourself. Now that I had gotten sober, my eyes were finally cleared from all that haze, all that anger, all that self-negativity. I was able to become the man I am destined to be. In the 8 years of being sober, I have constantly developed into a better version of myself. I show up, shut up that shitty committee, and put in the hard work. That's who I am now. Now, if you're thinking about getting sober, I hope this gave you some clarity. Share your biggest challenges or wins in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. So if any of this resonates, please like and subscribe. Looking forward to continuing this journey with you. This is Rad Foster Dad, and I'm out.